World Elite or...
Zero news on the rise, bringing wrestling to our eyes. WWE, AW in the spotlight, never telling us a lie. Accurate in every report, fans cheering into light. Zero news, our guiding light in the wrestling fight. Covering the ring with precision, no indecision. Zero news, all sports are true, bringing wrestling updates, never uncouth. In the world of WWE and AEW, Zero news shines through.
Hello, yes, welcome to the EVP Xero Show. Once again, I'm Zero. Slightly later this week due to our special guest, which we'll get him to introduce himself shortly. But first of all, over to my co-host, as normal. Yeah, go ahead, CJ. Introduce yourself for the show this week.
What's going on, everyone? I am the EVP CJP of DKO and the main event show. Glad to be here. Glad to have a guest on tonight. We got big things coming on. Elimination Chamber, a couple of days. Yep. Let's get going.
Yeah, so over to our guest then. So hello, Dylan. If you want to introduce yourself to everyone who's watching and that, and yeah, just then we'll get into the show.
Yeah, first of all, thank y'all for having me. I know I'm y'all first guest on the show, so it's an honor to be on the show for one. I actually took off of work early to get to y'all as soon as I could. So yeah, I'm really excited to be on. I am from the World Elite podcast. We are on a bit of a hiatus right now, but we are bound to come back at some point. So yeah, I'm really excited. This is my first podcast in a while, so I feel like I got to shake some rust off a little bit.
That's cool, yeah. So I will get around to the comments later on. It's going to sort of be a bit of a rush at first because we do actually have an announcement coming up later on, I will say. So it's going to be a slightly different show today. So let's first we'll get into the news then before we get into the Elimination Chamber stuff. So it's come down today that Roman, Punk, and Seth are all going to be on the UK and Italy SmackDown shows instead of Raw on the tour. Now, I've actually had people questioning me on this, and it's to do with the build to WrestleMania and their match, basically. Roman obviously does limited dates, and they wanted to try and get him for the Raw dates, but he can't. So they're obviously getting him for the SmackDown dates. That's the main reason behind it. Now, do you guys obviously think that it's, well, what do you guys really think about obviously them having 3 big Raw stars showing up on SmackDown for the build to WrestleMania? Like, is it one of the best moves, or should have kept him on Raw, or what, really? What do we think?
I mean, for me, the IWC is automatically going to go to, Rock Roman's happening because he's on SmackDown. But I think because of the ratings drop, The Rock kind of brought the ratings back up last week for SmackDown. They need a boost. And going into the European tours, like they got Gunther working some dark matches as well. So I mean, all the big stars are they got to show up for these shows. So it makes sense.
Yeah. What do you think, Dylan? Ready?
Yeah, I definitely agree. I was just at the SmackDown in New Orleans, and yeah, the SmackDown itself was not a great show, and even being there live, it was not a great show. Bringing those, if they're going to bring Raw guys over there, I think it's just a cry for help as far as ratings go. I know they said they brought Road Dogg back in there as like either lead co-writer or something like that, and you could tell that he's been there because it's not been as good lately. The 3 hours needs to go away. That third hour, they're basically just scratching stuff to happen. Yeah. I mean, it was always so nice when it was 2 hours, but they're adding a third hour, and it's just like so dull after that. And after Rock was happening with Cody, I'm like, yeah, I said it would be nice to just leave after this because there's really nothing going on after it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been saying this a few times to like, how many times do we need to see Motor City Machine Guns versus DIY or so that basically, how many times have we seen that now? About 3 or 4 times. So it's like it's not needed. It's completely not needed at all. So it's they need to get rid of that third hour as soon as possible, really. Mm-hmm. So actually, that was the other thing as well when it comes to SmackDown, is they've obviously said today as well that there's been a lot of negative reaction backstage anyway to the 3 hours. So I reckon they'll probably change it back sooner than what they were hoping for, which was meant to be around April time. But I'm hoping they change it back sooner. That's that. Next bit of news that's come down today is WrestleVotes. This has come down from. They've come in and said that Stephanie McMahon will be launching her own podcast series soon. It says this is expected in the spring, given her life and experiences in wrestling. That's not a name that I ever thought would be doing a podcast, Stephanie McMahon, because of course she's doing that other show, isn't she? Where she's like, I think the first one that she's got coming on is the Bloodline and stuff. So it just seems that they don't really have a role for Stephanie within the company. So she's kind of just and doing like all these extra jobs in my eyes. What do you guys think about obviously that news about Stephanie and her podcast and everything like that, basically?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty big news. I for one didn't see her doing like podcast work. Obviously she got that show coming out, where she's gonna be on Roman's yacht and stuff like that. So she seemed to have her foot in a lot of cookie jars, so to speak. But I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if she's not doing so much with the wrestling business now, it's good that she's stepping into other ventures, don't show the podcast and stuff like that. Yeah, it's pretty cool to see.
Yeah, it's cool. What else we got then? So, also as well, so Jade Cargill has been cleared for action. Expect her to return imminently. I'm hearing that's going to be tomorrow on SmackDown that she's back. Because this the thing is, and I've said this a few times, is everyone is expecting her to return for Chamber, so she won't return for Chamber. She'll return beforehand, and I've been saying this for quite a while. Is if you expect something, you ain't gonna get it, and I don't think they're gonna really put Jade Cargill on there either, because of course you've got then The Rock and all those big moments there, really. So yeah, I mean, do you think that's yeah?
I mean, we already know, like, we talk every day. Like, Triple H is, he's paying close attention to what's going on the internet with the IWC and all the insiders and the sources and stuff. And like Zero said, like, if you expect it and, they keep talking about it, then Triple H is going to go the other way. So, like, I know she'd been in the PC the past 2 months. I do expect her back at SmackDown. I personally thought she would probably show up for Elimination Chamber to start her Mania feud with like Naomi or something. But maybe she starts it tomorrow at SmackDown. So glad to have her back.
Yeah, I mean, that's not what you've been doing.
Yeah, it would be nice if she comes back. If this all leads to her and Bianca, I'm all for it. I've been wanting her and Bianca for the longest time to find out who this actual attacker is. Because, I mean, if they're going to make it as obvious as Liv and Raquel, I mean, what are we doing here? It has to be either Bianca or Naomi. for one, I wouldn't be too good with Naomi. I want Bianca. I want her and Bianca to go at it.
Well, I actually had a theory on this, and I was talking about this on Wednesday on our other show that we do, which is Uncut. Now, it might sound weird, but they've announced a mystery opponent for Chelsea Green for tomorrow. Now, could they swerve us? Because at the minute, it seems like the WrestleMania match is going to be Bianca versus Rhea. That seems to be what the WrestleMania match is going to be. So could they swerve us? And like everyone thinks, oh yeah, it's going to be Bianca and Naomi and stuff. Just done it. But could it have been Piper and Chelsea? And then, and then Chelsea basically her surprise opponent tomorrow is Jade Cargill. Could it be that? That's just my theory. Is like, because obviously they've not said what it is. Jade's due back, so could they? Could that be that? That's just my interesting theory in that, and I'll leave a couple of people to think about that one. Really. So
I guess it's possible if she's coming back to take on Chelsea, because she does have a mystery opponent tomorrow, and I've been told as well that I think they're supposed to take the title off Chelsea Green. So if they're gonna do I still think they may do a Jade, maybe Naomi story for WrestleMania. I'm not 100% on that, but they could do it for the U.S. title. And I think maybe next year or SummerSlam they maybe do Jade and Bianca. They're gonna have to have more of a build. They don't really need a build, but she shows up right now. I don't know. I think she's gonna have to go through Naomi before she gets to Bianca. I think that's the way they're going with it, but he may swerve me too. So
yeah. What do you want to bring up anything on that one, Dylan, for the minute, or anything like that?
Yeah, really, I feel like Bianca and Jade don't need too big of a build, because I feel like this whole thing of the attacker is the build by itself. And when it comes to find out that it's Bianca that did it this whole time, I feel like there's your story right there, and that could lead you into Mania. So I mean, if they wait a while, cool. If they do it now, also cool. I'm good with either.
Yeah, that's cool. Right, yeah. So just a few other bits and pieces of news now before we do get into the chamber. So Randy Orton is apparently set to return to WWE programming in March. It says current plans is for him to be back in time for WWE's European tour leading to WrestleMania 41, and that's come down from PW Insider. Now, bearing in mind, I would have thought he would have been back Saturday. Actually, technically that is March, so they could be right there. So they could basically be on. So technically he could be back Monday. Sorry, not Monday, Saturday. Do you think that's going to be soon as that, or what really? Because obviously they've said March. I'm thinking Chamber. Do you think any time other than that, or overall?
I mean, if they're gonna do something Randy KO, like I said, Triple H puts a lot of stories out there to try to get us away from the actual story. I still have Randy showing up at the Chamber. I'd be really surprised if they wait till the European tour, but they may. I expect him back to Saturday though.
Yeah. What do you think, Dylan? Anything really on that one?
Yeah, I gotta agree with CJ here. I'm really expecting him back at the Chamber. If he's gonna do something with Mania, KO is the top guy I have him going against. So it would be cool to have them too, and you got to build it a little bit. So come back at the Chamber, and you got to do something there.
Yeah, that's cool. Right, so the last little bit of news, and then we'll get into it. And this has been sort of complicated a little bit. Now, I don't know who reported this originally. It may have been Dave Meltzer. It wouldn't surprise me if it was. Basically, it was to do with Julia and that title for title match. Somebody originally turned around and said that they had heard that Julia was injured or something. Now, it's come down today from PW Insider to turn around and say several sources within WWE claim that Julia does not have any major injury, but acknowledged that there's some bumps and bruises. It was reiterated that Julia is 100% expected to work her match against Stephanie at Roadblock on March the 11th. And to also back that up as well, one of the writers, assistants from NXT, they actually quote tweeted it earlier on and turned around and said, "Stop believing the bullshit," from it. So, I mean, I don't understand why they're doing title for title already. I really don't get it. Have you guys got any theory on it, or?
I mean, I was told last night the same thing, that she has a hand injury on top of something to do with her leg. I don't. It's really hard because they rushed that match. So it really looks like there is something wrong with her. She may still be able to work the match, but this is a way to get the titles off her so that she can have a little bit of time off. But I really feel like WWE is going to try to. They don't want it out all over the press. So you know how Triple H is with that.
Yeah, What do you think, Dylan? Really? Find it all, you know.
Yeah, if this is a legit injury, yeah, it would be good to have this match, you know, to pull the title off of Julia and let her go into recovery. But if it's not legit and they're doing this match already, there's no reason to pull the title off of either one of them. So for one, I'm always a firm believer in a match that has to have a winner. But this one, it could be like a no contest because I really don't want either to drop their title.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree on that one. It's too soon. They shouldn't be doing this unless it's going to end in a DQ. That's the only way we're shaking. That's the only way we're trying to see it. Really, is it ends in a DQ, and then maybe it carries on. So, but I don't know. Right, well, before we get on into the chamber stuff, then I suppose I get through some of the comments as per normal, because I'm basically being flooded with comments at the moment, and I can see who they're mainly from, and I'll get into that one in a minute. So, Bobby from Bobby's Breakdowns, obviously my co-host on Zero Uncut, says, yo. Wrestle Faith, hello. Gwen Anderson, okay, time to get the show on the road. Victor, like I said, I'm quickly skipping through some of these. Freddie Hicks says, what's up, guys? Keys Edits, which is Ryan, says SmackDown needs a draft. Bad. Kind of agree, yeah. Mm-hmm. Bobby said as well, and this is Bobby's sense of humor, by the way, Dylan. Dylan, I'm so sorry you got roped into this. Shortly followed by I hate this show. That one was. So, then WrestleFace goes into but this is about Jade, yeah. Oh, if she's not back tomorrow, I'm so done with this storyline. 14 weeks with no advancement or movement is cray-cray. True. Moni, she's in the chat. Hello, Moni. As normal, every week you're here. Bianca was dressed in a heel gear last Monday. That is true. Retro Neon says, sup, guys. Sup. Miami the Great, what's up, CJ and Zero? Yep. Bobby, first time commenter, long term listener. He's back again. Bobby is. The author Lena Dow. Hello, Lena. Again, long time listener of us. Bianca is guilty. This is like Triple H and Shawn Michaels storyline. Triple H felt overshadowed by Michaels. Same with Bianca, overshadowed by Jade and attacked her. Yeah. I mean, do you guys sort of agree with that one? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then Bobby asked a stupid question of, will Gene Hackman make an appearance at WrestleMania in April? No, he won't, Bobby, and we know why, but we won't be getting into that on the show.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
I don't see that happening at all. Hang on. Leo said, hi, guys. Hi, Leo. That's Leo from the Wrestling Retrospective again. One of the people who we have on Uncut and stuff. Wrestle Faith, I like that the match is unsanctioned. When they come out, I immediately thought about Randy. Yeah, that's obviously about that one. Bobby keeps saying things about don't worry about it. I'm just going to skip through all of Bobby's ones there. TJ, what if Jordan Grace interferes in the match? I mean, that's a possibility, isn't it? At the for that possible. One there. For that one. Edward has turned around and said, apparently you have to acknowledge him, CJ. I'm
not doing that. I'm not acknowledging anybody.
But we kind of know what that's all about. So CJ apparently needs to do that. So
I'm not doing that. So
no, I did say that I would that I'd mention it. So there we go. So that was that's not happening. No, it's not happening at all. That's cool. What's this? Jonathan Watson, thank you again for joining Sports for You Wrestling. What's up, Dylan and Zero? That's come from Jonathan. Bobby reckons he's going to be flying over to my house and whooping my ass on camera. Come on in, Bobby. Leo, I'm just one of the people to disrespect. No, Leo is a colleague at Wrestling for You and stuff like that. So, right. So, let's get into this then. So the Elimination Chamber is this Saturday. At the moment, there is 4 matches and 1 segment announced. I don't think that's any. I don't think we're going to get anything else added. What I'll do as per normal during the show is if anyone wants to leave comments on about some of the matches or whatever, we will get through them as we are going round. So let's start off then. What do we think is going to go down in the Roman and Cody segment then? Will Cody sell his soul, or do you think there's going to be another twist, or what? Let's go along the lines then. CJ, what do you think about it?
I mean, we've talked about this. I don't think it is happening at Elimination Chamber. I think this is a manipulation by The Rock. I think it's a story that they're gonna have play out till after WrestleMania. I think Cody's got to drop the belt before he goes full heel. He is going heel 100%, but I think he's got to lose the title, and I think the Rock's gonna cause that in some form of fashion.
So yeah, I don't know what I said then, but TJ just corrected me. And so when I said you meant Rock Cody, yeah, I did mean Rock Cody. Yeah. I don't know what I said.
You said Roman Cody.
Oh, Roman Cody. Yeah, no, it's not Roman Cody. No, Rock Cody.
This isn't last year.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's fine. So, sorry about that, Dylan. Yeah, what do you think is going to go down in that segment, really?
So anytime we ever predict anything on our show, I always have theories about this and that, and more times than others, I'm always wrong about it, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to be wrong about this one too. But I'm just going to throw it out there. Obviously, he doesn't accept the offer, and I think later in the night, I think once the chamber's done, whoever wins or whatever, I think The Rock enforces his little power with TKO, and he puts himself in a match, and he wins, and he goes to face Cody at Mania. That's just me. That's just me seeing stuff on the internet and putting it into my own head. But it would be crazy if it happened, but I don't see it happening. But I mean, it would be cool if it did.
Yeah, I mean, anything could obviously go down. I kind of agree. I don't think we're going to get the payoff at the Elimination Chamber. They're going to keep teasing this probably through till Mania and that. Seeing what happens and stuff. And this then they're going to go one of two ways. They're either going to have Cody obviously sort of retained by teaming with The Rock, and The Rock obviously helps him win, which would be probably one of the worst mistakes that they could ever do. Or they're going to have obviously the chamber winner basically win by beating Cody via The Rock's help, right? That's the two ways which I can see them sort of going about this. But if anyone else does actually have anything that they want to bring up on that, don't forget to put it in the comments. I will. Molly mentioned this when it's okay. We've got Roman on the brain. Yeah, it's because I mentioned Roman at the start of the show. That's probably what it is. So yeah, no, that's what it was.
I'll be right back, Zero.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's cool. And CJ's going to quickly pop off, so it's just going to be us for a minute. We've already obviously sort of discussed this one. So we've got Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens in the unsanctioned match. What do you think then?
Man, this one's tough, man. This is tough, man. I feel like this whole card is tough, and I feel like we're going into a chamber PLE, completely unpredictable, and that's something I like. That's something I like before Mania. For one, I hate being so predictable when it comes to these shows, and this one is not. Yeah. But this one, I think it's going to go to Sami because of a previous person we just talked about, Randy Orton. I think Orton does get involved and cause KO this match for Sami to win, and I mean it. Obviously being in Canada for both of them, I mean, it's awesome for both of them. But Sami, man, like he needs this match. I think he needs this win. KO could use the win as well. Has been dropping him to Cody at the past two title matches that he had with Cody. He dropped both of them, so he could use a win as well. But I think Sami needs it, and I think it would be a good boost for him to win this match. Obviously, with Orton coming back as well, if he does come back.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he. If anything, then whilst we're waiting for CJ, if anything, I could see. Well, I think I brought this up as well this week. Was to somebody, I can't remember where I mentioned it or whatever. But what if it obviously ends in like a no contest? Because of course, because it's unsanctioned. Whether it ends in like a no contest because maybe Randy comes out and RKOs them both. That's the thing, because obviously he's got beef with KO. Obviously he hasn't got any beef with Sammy, but they could do something where, say, Randy shows up, KO notices, pushes Sammy into KO. Pushes Sammy into Randy. Randy RKOs Sammy, and then he RKOs KO afterwards. And this could do it obviously that way, but I mean, it's I don't know. But if there's going to be a winner, I want it to be Sami Zayn. If anything's sort of Sammy, I think deserves it. CJ's back now, so we'll just. Did you hear any of that, CJ? Or
no, I didn't.
Right, we're on about the Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens match. Who have you got winning that one? Do you think obviously anything's going to go down in that one, or whatever? Basically,
I still have a funny feeling that they're gonna start I think they're gonna start two WrestleMania matches. I wouldn't be surprised if Karrion Kross doesn't get involved, because I think we're looking at a Karrion Kross Sami Zayn match for Mania. Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if Randy Orton's there as well, because we're getting Randy KO. So I'm going Sammy. KO is so over as a heel right now. I think it's okay for him to take a loss. I don't think it's really going to hurt him as much as it would Sammy. Sammy's got to get some momentum going, and I feel like Karrion Kross, it's time for him to get a big push. So that's a big Mania match for Karrion Kross for sure.
Yeah. So I could see that happening. Well, let's just skip through some of these comments a minute whilst we sort of do that one. Bobby asked, where is CJ? As per normal, that's just Bobby being Bobby yet again.
Shut up, Bobby.
There's then been a sort of mini sort of fight going on in the comments as well between Edward and TJ. So I won't bother displaying them. So that's been going on. Dylan isn't an AEW back. I don't know. For that one there. Bobby also said that he's hungry as well. So there we go. Bobby, go and get some bloody food. Who else we've seen here? WrestleFaith actually brought up a good point here. Is I think if Sammy shows up with his beard shaved, KO is done. Either way, this is going to be a fire match. And I think we were actually saying. Well, I think you were actually saying about that the other night, if I remember rightly. Is if Sammy comes out with say his beard shaved down and his hair shaved and that, then KO is done basically, because then obviously then you've got sort of a heel Sami Zayn for it. There's more stuff going on there. Money, I feel KO wins and Orton RKOs him after the match, possibly. Says TJ, I don't acknowledge fraudulent champs. You are just like your hero, Cody Crybaby Rhodes. To Edward. Yeah, that's part of the fight. I wasn't sure what was going on there, so I obviously displayed that one. But hold on, EJ3's finest. So I think Orton wins. I think Owen wins, and then Orton comes out after and attacks Kevin Owens. I mean, it's possible. Isn't it? That's obviously that one there. Right, so moving on then. So the next match then, we've got the tag match, which is Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus versus Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. Who we got? I'm going to start off with Dylan first on this one, I think. So,
zero reason for Nia and Candice to win this match. For one, it doesn't pay for Trish to lose in Canada, and also doesn't pay for Tiffany, who's the champion, to lose. I mean, but if we get some interference here, Charlotte Flair, then we could see something happen there. But I mean, like I said, there's zero reason for them to lose this match.
Who have you got, CJ? What do you think?
I didn't really like how I don't like how they're booking Tiffany right now. She needs to be like more of a baby face going into this Mania match with Charlotte, and they're just not presenting her. She's trying to be this tweener. And going up against somebody like Charlotte, you got to be able to. Her promos are just bad. I think this is a way for them to, respect Trish Stratus. It's in Canada. This is more of a match, I feel like, to help Tiffany get that rub. I think she gets the pin. Tiffany gets a pinfall win. I think she's going to get the rub in Canada because they got to do something, or this Charlotte-Tiffany match is too lopsided as of right now. So I'm going with Tiffany and Trish.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I kind of think that obviously I know that Dylan obviously said there's no way that Nia and stuff like that sort of do it that way, but yeah, I can't see Tiffany and Trish lose. Well, I can't see Trish losing in Canada. I can't see it at all. It's if they do that, then I think it's one of the worst mistakes they could have made there.
I think we may see. I think we may see Charlotte Flair, like Dylan said, like she is in Canada. She is in Canada. But I mean, she tweeted it earlier. But I don't. Charlotte's persona right now is really not to interfere in matches. She's playing this top girl.
Yeah.
She might show up afterwards just to get that Charlotte feel from the fans, the boos and stuff like that. That she needs a little bit more of a heel reaction, and she's been getting cheers and boos. They got to do something with that match. I'm not for it right now.
Yeah, that's obviously that makes sense. We'll move on then. So we've got some comments on the last two matches. So first of all, the Orphalina Dow again. There's a Viper on the loose. 1 minute you're celebrating the next boom. You're eating an RKO out of nowhere. That's correct. Yeah, you are. And do that way. Now this is now about Tiff and Trish, the Trish and the Tiffany match. So EJ3's finest. Trish and Tiffany win this one. I believe they're teaming Tiff with Trish to try to get her more babyface reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Yeah, so that one. Wrestle Faith. Oh, Tiffany better remember what she said about Trish. I think her and Trish will win, but I think Tiffy may have some receipts coming from her comments from Money in the Bank. Yeah,
possible.
So, yeah. What do we think on that one? Yeah. Once we got it. Hang on, wrong one. No, I put that wrong. The Orphalina Dow. Toronto will witness history as Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton will tour through Nia Jax and Candice LeRae, proving confidence and experience creates legends. Yeah, I agree with that one. And Wrestle Faith reminded me that it's not Charlotte, it's Ashley. So,
it's Ashley.
Ashley, as it goes. There we go. I had to do that one. So that's that one. Right, so now the women's elimination chamber then. So we obviously have Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, Alexa Bliss, Bailey, Naomi, and Roxanne Perez. Now I know we've obviously already sort of covered this a little bit, but personally, who do you guys want to win, and who do you think will win this one? Whichever one wants to go first, go for it.
Dylan, you can start.
So, for one, it doesn't make sense for most of these women to win. For one, I cannot see Rhea and Liv go at it again. I can't do it. I've seen it too many times. I just can't do it again. The same thing with Naomi and Bianca. They're kind of tied up in the storyline right now with Jade. I think the only one that makes sense, and I feel like they're going to throw a huge curveball. So this is to answer both. I think it should be Roxanne Perez that wins this match. I feel like they should stun us all and have Roxanne win this match.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't argue with Dylan because obviously they just had Jey Uso win the Royal Rumble, and I can tell you nobody said he would win in the Rumble. I don't care what you say. So for me, I mean, I said this last night and on Uncut, like, I don't like how they're booking the women. I don't like Rhea has still been engulfed with Liv. Has this thing with Io. She has a match with her Monday. I really thought that they were going to go the Liv route again. I thought they were going to do Liv, Rhea, and Io maybe in a triple threat. But I'm still going to stick with my guns. I think we see Naomi Jade at WrestleMania, and I think Bianca Rhea is the bigger money match because the tickets are so high, and people have been wanting to see that. Bianca's undefeated at WrestleMania. It's a bigger match. So I'm going to have to – Alexa Bliss, she doesn't have any kind of story in this. Bailey has been working her ass off, but I can't really see it. I think I'm going to go with Roxanne as a dark horse. I think if they do swerve us, it could be Roxanne, but I'm gonna go Bianca with Roxanne as my dark horse.
Fair enough. Yeah. If anything, I'm confident that Bianca's gonna win it. I think most of us are confident that Bianca's going to win it because of that match. Like what we said, we don't want to sit for a Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley match again, not a WrestleMania. No matter how many people want it, well, I don't think we can stomach that again.
Yeah.
If anything, sort of a dark horse wise, I would say maybe Alexa, because she's just come back, and that would they want her like losing, like sort of. I mean, obviously, yeah, she came back at the Rumble and stuff, and obviously she didn't win that, but that would be the ultimate twist, really. You know, I mean, it's not really going to be an ideal matchup like Rhea versus Alexa, but it's something different.
I mean, if they,
it's not what someone expected.
Yeah, if they throw the White Six into the story and have them like haunting Rhea or something like that, I think that's a way they could go with it. I mean, WWE is doing a really good job of keeping us like out of the weeds. If I'm gonna use a Vince McMahon word, out of the weeds on. I'm torn because I want to see Bianca Rhea, but what's Jade gonna do?
Yeah.
So like it's I don't know. I think Alexa could win. I think Roxanne could win, but ultimately I think Bianca wins.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Right. So yeah. So before we go on, like I said, for the into the final match, we've got a fair few comments. I can see them flying in. So Michael plays SmackDown got that bad. They needed Roman, Seth, and Punk to save it. Yeah, we obviously said that one earlier, didn't we? It's like it has got sort of really bad now. Greg, hey Lena, I am here. Yeah, hello Greg as well. PJ want Roxanne, Will Bianca. So yeah, is obviously sort of agreeing with you guys there. Lena again. Bianca Belair will conquer the Elimination Chamber, securing her path to WrestleMania and a collision course with Rhea. We've got Bobby again. I'm not going to say this entire thing, but it's Bobby again. So Dylan should just sit there and talk for 60 minutes while you two jack-offs just sit there. See, Bobby absolutely like Bobby. Yeah, just don't worry about it. It's fine.
You're fired. You're fired.
We'll deal with this one. Oh, don't tell Bobby that. He'll enjoy that. For that one. Money. I agree with Dylan. Roxanne would be a shocker. It would be. Yeah, would be. TJ, Rhea did mention Becky Lynch. Yeah, I mean, could they swerve somehow and have Becky? I literally have no idea. Like that would be the ultimate twist.
So there's Bobby. I'm fired. Thank Christ. So what if they do something? So this would be like this is 2K25 type shit. But what if they did like they had Jade take out Naomi on SmackDown, and they're like, okay, there's a spot open, and Becky Lynch enters the Elimination Chamber and wins. I mean, could be possible. WWE is trying to keep us on our toes and keep the leaks out. So that would be something. If Jade's going to show up tomorrow, so
yeah, I mean, the only issue with that is going to be you're going to have a lot of upset fans if they obviously change it that late. Especially like all the fans who are there, like, sort of like we're here to. We're here to see this person and that, and then you literally on the show the night before you say that person out. It's not going to be probably the best idea, really. I would say for that one. I mean, it could work. Yeah. No.
I mean, they had Jay win the Rumble, and they didn't just. I don't know if Dylan knows this because obviously we talk about it all the time, but they didn't. Jay Uso didn't know he was winning the Rumble until 30 minutes before the men's Rumble started. So that was a late swerve by Triple H and them, and that's what I'm talking about. So you never know.
Yeah, never know. Yeah, that's obviously just out there. WrestleFaith again. This is just my opinion, but in order to book the women of WWE, you have to respect the women of WWE. I cannot say that Triple H does in the way he needs hire somebody else to book them. Yeah, I mean, I was saying this, I think, the other day, is Stephanie could do a probably better job. She's not really doing else at the moment, like we said at the start of the show. She's literally just doing podcasts and whatever else. Bring Stephanie into the women's division. She might, she could probably do a better job than Triple H, and I do, hate to say that, but, Uncle Shawn Michaels does, yeah. I mean, get Shawn Michaels to put the women if need be. EJ Free's finest. Bianca hands down wins this match. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that one. Bobby said, obviously, I'm fired. Thank Christ. Leo wants to know how he can be fired. We can discuss that afterwards if need be. Money, Stephanie can give them better storylines, to be honest. I mean, yeah, that's a possibility there. Now then, the final match then of the Elimination Chamber card. Now, this is where we could get a difference in opinions here. So, the men's Elimination Chamber match: John Cena, CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Damian Priest, and Seth Rollins. Again, who do we want and who do we think? CJ, over to you.
I'm gonna stick with what I've been saying. I'm not gonna get away from it. They may swerve and go another way. I know John Cena is a big favorite. For me, right, it's just not the right time. I think Logan Paul eliminates John Cena. I'm gonna stick with my Logan Cena prediction for Mania. I think they need to build Cena to a 17. I think it might happen at SummerSlam if that's when they're gonna do it. Damian Priest doesn't make sense. Logan and Cena. I think Punk eliminates Logan after he eliminates Cena. I think Roman may interfere and take out Rollins. I'm gonna go with Drew McIntyre. There's just been too much. He's had too much going on social media with The Rock. I think he's the chosen one. I think he's going to be the one that takes the title off of Cody Rhodes with the help of the final boss at WrestleMania. I'm going to go with Drew.
Yeah. What do you think, Dylan? Obviously, I know we've already touched on this, but what do you think really like? Yeah.
I'm also going with Drew McIntyre. I think he makes the most sense, to kind of reflect on what CJ has said. If Cody declines that offer, The Rock still wants someone to be his champion. And what better way to do it than with Drew McIntyre, who was, like CJ said, the chosen one whenever he came into the company. Vince made him the chosen one. Then he got put into some bullshit gimmicks with 3MB, got released, and then came back. And I feel like The Rock can bring back this little chosen one gimmick and let Drew be his champion. So I feel like Drew makes the most sense out of everything. Cena, he's the obvious favorite coming into this. I don't think he wins, and I think they're angling towards something with Mania with Punk, Seth, and Roman. Look at the Rumble. Look at Seth going after Roman with their double curb stomp. Then Roman was looking at Punk, and I just feel like this is all gonna go crazy for Mania.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I do believe that Drew McIntyre is winning it, and the reason behind that is it's been right in front of our faces all along. Like, obviously, this whole Rock and his sort of chosen one there. If people remember back, it was The Rock who announced Drew McIntyre signing, nobody else. The Rock also gifted Drew McIntyre that new sword. He done that. He's been doing quite a lot with Drew, and yeah, it's been there right in our faces all along, and obviously people just haven't picked up on it. For now, I mean, I can definitely see Drew winning this and going on, and yeah, it's going to be it's basically a corporate storyline which they're going to be running. What I want though, just to obviously have the fans go mental, is someone like Priest or Logan or whatever. That could just be funny if they do that. But I can see Logan eliminating John Cena to set up WrestleMania that way. And then yeah, I actually said the other day on again yesterday, I think on Uncut, that would it be so bad if Logan sort of went on a massive run and sort of eliminated everyone? And that sort of start off with, so Logan eliminates Cena, then he eliminates Punk and everything like that, basically, sort of after that. So then it's like, oh, it makes it look like the Logan Paul could actually win this and that, and then you sort of have that thing right at the end where Drew literally comes out as the last entrant and just sort of takes from there. I mean, that could be on there.
Logan could be a dark horse for me because everybody hates him. But they've been putting him on TV a lot. I don't think he wins. I know all the favorites are Cena and Punk's going to turn corporate, and none of that makes any sense with the storyline. That's where I don't understand where the IWC gets all this crap. They're not turning John Cena. They have not done it in 20 years. They're not turning
Yeah.
John Cena heel on his retirement tour. That is absolutely craziest crap I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, a lot of people want it and stuff. But I can't see it happening at all. I literally just cannot see it happening whatsoever, really.
Well, you got
Yeah.
merchandise to sell, you got marketing, you got all this stuff that they got to do for Cena for this last, 8-9 months or whatever he has left. There's just why would they turn him heel? Like they got merch to sell. That you know what I mean? Like for me, the IWC is just it's sick. But I don't see it happening. They haven't done it in 20 years. It ain't happening.
No. The only way which I can see it potentially happening is that Ruthless Aggression pay-per-view in December is John has his final match as a heel. That could be the only other way which I can see it. Is the reason why they've named it Ruthless Aggression is because he's going into that one there, and he turns just slightly before that pay-per-view, and then his very final match is the thing that he's never done in his career, which is turn heel. And he obviously does that one just to end it with. That's the way which I can see it, but I can't see him actually having a full heel run. That's the only thing which I can really kind of go that way about it. So let's get then to some of the comments then again. So Moni, Stephanie couldn't give better storylines, to be honest. Well, yeah, basically, yeah, that was there. Moni again, Logan eliminates Cena. True. Now, Lena is switched on, and I can see this comment, and yeah, people need to start reading into this. So Drew wins. This mirrors Vince McMahon versus Stone Cold, with The Rock screwing Cody Rhodes and aligning with Drew McIntyre to make him the undisputed champion. A great twist on classic drama. Yeah, it is. It's that storyline that literally is the one there. And I said this one a few times now. It is that storyline. It's it's the whole Vince McMahon corporate and Stone Cold storyline, basically.
Mm-hmm.
That's that one there. Wrestle Faith, Roman, Black Hoodie, Black Air Force Ones, Demon Time Energy, Seth Rollins eliminated. I don't think we're going to see Roman on Saturday. I don't. I think they're going to hold him off. I think it's just too much of a big event, because the problem is if Roman shows up on Saturday, people are going to expect Rock versus Roman. No, Rock's there. That's going to be the problem. Is even if he's there and takes out Seth and everything like that, people are going to expect Rock versus Roman. So I can't see it. I mean, I could be wrong. I just can't. In my eyes, it'd be a mistake to have Roman show up there, even if he eliminates Seth and sort of everything like that, really. What else we've got here? Money again. Punk eliminates Logan. Punk eliminates Logan. The final is Damian Priest, Punk, Seth, and Drew. I mean, that could be something. that could be that could be something there. I can see that for it. If anything, yeah. What do you think on that one for those final four? Do you think that could be it? Really, or
Logan, Cena? Logan, McIntyre, Cena. Rollins and Punk. The final four. It's possible. Like I said, I think if Roman's not showing up, then Punk and Rollins are going to. If Punk eliminates Rollins, and Rollins is going to do something to help get Punk out of there, which is going to lead to the main event. Everybody thinks the favorite is a world title match, but like you said, and in previous episodes, it's really about main eventing for CM Punk. He missed it last year. I think they're sticking with Roman, Punk, and Rollins. Maybe the main event night one is what I would think.
Yeah, so yeah, I kind of agree there. Yeah. Right, so let's have a look here. What else we've got here? Sorry, I skipped onto a different screen, so I've completely come off this one now. Where were we up to? Drew has been Rock's choice since 2019. That's true. If Roman comes back and gets his lick back, I'm in, but Drew is my final pick for Team Corporate. The Rock for Drew's path, gifting him his sword and securing his future. Now, as the Bloodline Hunter, Drew carves his legacy, taking out the OG Bloodline one by one. Yep. TJ's Sword of Justice. That's true. What's TJ saying here now? We went from Hounds of Justice to Sword of Justice. Yeah, it was. Yorfelina Dow. Roman Reigns never forgets at Elimination Chamber. He'll deliver his receipt. Seth Rollins' betrayal at the Rumble will be paid in full. I mean, yeah, it could be that. Michael plays. Isn't it clear that Drew's winning the Chamber? I mean, this is the thing: is it's clear to all of us, but there's still some people online who are fully expecting, it to be Cena. I've literally still seen it round and stuff, and I've even seen today. I've seen people going, "Oh my god, CM Punk's winning the Chamber 100% and stuff like that." Because this is the thing: is like they've seen that Punk's advertised for the SmackDown shows. They haven't looked into it, and they've just said, CM Punk's on SmackDown, so oh my god, that means CM Punk's going to be facing Cody at WrestleMania. Not realizing that obviously that Rollins and Roman are also on the same show. So
people just don't do their homework. The IWC, you know how it is. So
yeah, that's true. What we got here? Ashley Bell. Hello, Ashley. I don't think we've seen you on the stream before, but hello. Seen some suggesting that Punk versus Logan at Mania. Literally, give me anything else. I mean, yeah, that's. I don't want to see Punk versus Logan. Yeah. No, if anything, it'd be Punk versus Cena. If anything, that'd be the thing there. Yorfelina Dow. This match will likely happen since Logan Paul slapped Punk, but not at Mania. Maybe SummerSlam. I mean, it could happen. Like a little bit sort of later on
down the road. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if that happens. And then another comment here then. So some forgot The Rock promised Drew a favor and he gifted him his contract. That is true. Mm-hmm. He did promise him he did sort of promise him that favor there.
First are all on Netflix.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah. That was yeah, so that's that. I mean, do we think there's going to be any other surprises at Elimination Chamber? Do we sort of think that there's going to be sort of anything sort of else, or
I think because The Rock's there and they're really like, I think this is where they're selling tickets, is they're playing the storyline with Rock and Cody. It makes sense if Roman doesn't show up, because then the IWC is automatically going to go to, oh, it's Roman Rock at 41 in Vegas. It's not. So yeah, I don't know if they do anything big, but for Roman, I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I can't see it at all. So no. Right, Gwen's asked, have plans changed for Roman at SummerSlam? Is he still going for the World Heavyweight Championship? Yeah, as far as I'm aware. I mean, if they've changed, then this is the thing: is if he is obviously going for it, then the question is going to be is, would they have Gunther still retain at WrestleMania and even have Roman versus Gunther for the title, rather than that, or do they end up having Roman face Jay for the title, for example? That whole family betrayal thing again, and sort of do things like that. I mean, which way could you see is if they are going to SummerSlam sort of still with Roman facing for the World Heavyweight Championship, do you think we could see sort of Jay maybe have a short run again with the title, or do you think we could sort of see Gunther still retain and go through? Like, what? I'll pass this one over to you, because that's actually a really good question, that one is, and stuff like that. Ready for it?
Yeah, I mean, for me, like, I think the obvious choice is Jay's going to win, but Triple H hasn't been doing the obvious choice. Right. I don't know. Like, I saw Jay's Instagram today. It's all blacked out. I don't know what's going on with Jay. Are we going to get the crashed out Jay that we all know from the beginning of the Bloodline story? Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I feel like if it main events night one, then Jay's winning. I think if it opens, there's still a possibility that Gunther retains. We'll see.
That's true. Yeah. Right. Well, what do you think, Dylan?
Yeah, for Jay, it's kind of hard to have the main event name if you're not in the main event after winning the Rumble. But I mean Gunther. I mean, I've been saying for a long time that Gunther needs to have a lengthy reign with the title, but also the reign hasn't been great. It's been a pretty stale reign, and it's not his fault. It's all booking's fault for not booking it better. And it's unfortunate because Gunther is a really good wrestler. He's a great champion. He took the Intercontinental title to new heights when it wasn't being defended at all, and he took it and did great things with it. Now Braun has it, but For Jay, I mean, Jay has to win this match, unfortunately. You know, even though I was very high on Jay winning it after when people to this day are still complaining on the internet that Jay won the Rumble when it should have been, oh, it should have been Cena, should have been Punk, should have been something like that. And they're complaining like crazy that Jay won. But I think Jay has to win. I mean, Jay has to win. And I ain't gonna want now. Do I see him having a lengthy run with it? Maybe dropping it, like someone had mentioned, maybe to Roman. But
yeah,
I don't know. I mean, there is that slight chance that Gunther could retain at Mania, and I wouldn't be surprised if they went that route.
Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, that's that one. Now, we do need to sort of move on to something else. So bear with me.
If you smell what the Rock is cooking.
Finally, the legend has come back to the EVP Xero Show. What is up, y'all? What is up, man? Look, hold up. Before we get started, I just want to say, first of all, Zero, you were talking about Drew McIntyre going corporate. I want to see that. EVP, I want to see Crash Out Jey Uso. And Dylan, I don't think I mentioned before, but Gunther, people got to stop blaming him for how he's getting booked. He's a great champion. They need to give him a break. But not here to talk wrestling, but I am here to talk about something very special. And I am so excited to be here on this show, guys. What's up, Zero?
Yeah, it's big moment, isn't it? So as we've been sort of saying here, and let me just juggle this around a minute. Hold on, bear with, just sort this one out. So as we've been saying, we've been working on something the past sort of couple of months, hasn't it been? I'd say, something big, DKO wise. Now, we've officially decided to make the announcement tonight on tonight's show to what that one is, because I've sort of been teasing it for quite a while and everything like that. Now, actually, no, I think what I'll do is I'll play the little video for it, and then I'll pass you back over to the legends to go into it a little bit. So here is a little bit of a 12-second video.
Wow. Look, the legend is so excited. If you don't know, DKO, this is the legend's brand that me and Zero have. Shout out to the tribal host, Isaiah Curry 15. My brother, my Oos twin, he came up with DKO for me. And since we had that, I was cutting promos on these Cody Crybabies, the whole WrestleMania, and people got behind the DKO brand. It essentially was a parody of TKO WWE. But now we are turning it into an energy line. We got protein shakes, creatine, fat burners. Look, Zero and also our friend Ryan, we have been working hard to give y'all something that you can stand for. And we got so many things that will follow up from these supplements coming out. And man, it's going to change the game, especially for you wrestlers. Tired of crappy protein shakes, expensive, and then also these pre-workouts to give you the jitters and crash. The legend doesn't like that. So I wanted to come up with something that you can actually taste the flavors, and also it's not going to give you those crashes as well. We love Crash Out Jay, but we don't want to be crashing out when we're clanging and banging in the gym. So Zero, I'm so excited for what we've been working on, man.
Yeah, same. Yeah, we've I will say as well, when it comes to later on, we will be adding loads more products than just the stuff that we're starting off with. We've got some pretty big plans, and that we've sort of been working on this for quite a while, let's just say. And that, yeah, so we will be officially launching on the 14th of March, being the same day that 2K25 comes out. So you can sit there playing 2K25 and basically like make sure you obviously go out and get our products as well from the website, which will be out soon. Keep an eye out for our new Twitter account as well that's coming, which will be at DKO Energy. It's actually active now, but we will be sorting that one out. So yeah, I mean, I can't. Is anyone in the comments saying anything? I mean, Ryan's here. He's just been doing the eyes and stuff like that. So obviously Ryan said he was going to be here, so that's that one there. And and there's been a lot of people saying the final host is here for that one. I mean, yeah.
I mean, look,
did you wanna...
I had to be here, man. I had to be here for y'all. And this is a big moment. DKO is going to be something special. Especially you, CJ. Maybe Dylan, you could get into this. Who knows? It's like, but we really want to help people out. Come up with some ambassador athlete stuff, especially have some trainers and just a whole nother fitness realm for especially these wrestlers, man, who need it, and we want to be there for them and support them.
Yeah, and I will say as well that even though it's not like, this is sort of a pre-announcement as well. Is we've actually got some sponsorship from a indie wrestling company as well behind us, which they are going to be sorting out merchandise and displaying us actually on their ring and everything like that as well. So that's going to be pretty big. So keep an eye out for that. Where you might see some wrestlers as well sort of soon, like sporting off our products and stuff. So keep an eye out for the official launch on the 14th of March. It's coming up soon. That's when everything will sort of go live there. But that's what we've basically been teasing, all these lightning bolts and stuff. And I've just found it funny. I've been putting out lightning bolts and everyone's been like, oh my God, it's the Rock, and stuff like that. And like,
no, it's Jake Cargill. It's we really give them guess.
We got the Rock.
What is the thing? I put something out at that. I put out the lightning bolts and that, and then the date for like the 14th, and everyone was like, wait, the Rock's going to be at the Spain, like Barcelona,
oh my God,
SmackDown and that. And I'm like, that's a lot. The comments is just people just going, what, the Rock's going to be in Barcelona? It's like, no, the Rock's not going to be in Barcelona.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Look, listen, and we were strategic about the release date and pick 2K. And I'm just like, man, if we don't announce this, they're going to think the Rock's going to show up on that Friday for some reason, and the Rock's going to let everybody down. But I mean, it just seemed like a reasonable date and a time frame for us to work for. But yeah, it's coming, and we're ready for it. And hey, even if you're not a gamer, there's multivitamins, gummy bears, stuff that you can take. But we're ready for it. Yeah.
I mean, and I will say as well that if I can get it working tomorrow, I'm working on something, and if I can get it working tomorrow, I might be able to release pre-releases. Well, not pre-releases, but pre-orders, basically, if I can get it done. So if we can do it, I'm still working on a few odds, and I'm still working for a few logistics, but if we can get it, then pre-orders could be out as soon as tomorrow, potentially for it. So, and as well as a lot of merchandise as well coming to the website, which we are sort of building up as well and sort of working on there. So,
Good. Final host, obviously EVP here. Your EVP of DKO. Everyone was in the comments already talking about I'm a paper champion. And you showed up. You need to tell them. You need to tell them how it is, legend.
Listen, Edward. When's the last time you defended your newly title? Huh? We haven't seen you. All right. You want to talk about these crybabies like I do, but I actually show up. You don't show up. You don't contribute. And CJ was a far better champion, and he will always be the longest reigning IWC champion of all time. And the legend means all time, and I'm going to make sure of it. And you better stop talking about him, because the legend has the power to take that title right off of you. That's if you show up.
Yeah, I mean, Edward has literally just messaged me and just said, tell the legend to acknowledge me. So
oh wow,
that's going to happen. But yeah, he's literally just messaged me saying that. So there we go. So
wow,
so yeah, that's that.
Not smart.
No, yeah, so that's that. So TJ's asked in the comments, healthy gummy bears. Yeah, it's basically going to be like multivitamin gummy bears. One of the lines there for anyone there. Right, and it's basically answering the questions for us. Strawberry flavor and stuff like that.
Yeah, good. He's working for us.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, he's going to be in there. Yeah, so we've got a there's quite a big range coming in and stuff. So yeah, keep an eye out for it. Yeah. So thank you once again for showing up. We like what we said. We had to do this today, and we had to sort of arrange this today. And I thought earlier on the best place to do it would be on the EVP Xero Show, seeing as obviously it's connected to DKO and everything. So we had to do it. And the funny thing is, I actually told CJ earlier. CJ knew nothing about this. I literally told CJ earlier that something was going down tonight, and right. I said, I go, we're doing an announcement. I said to him, I've got an announcement tonight, and it'll be around the 20 past mark, but he had no idea. Basically,
yeah.
CJ, don't you love surprises, man?
Man, I be putting that work in, man. So I saw your tweet as we were going live, and I was like, it's gotta be the final host. But I'm always doing work, so I'm the last one to find out about everything. I love surprises, though. AVP loves surprises.
That's what's up, man. Yeah. I wanted to kind of allude that I'd be here, but not actually just give it away. But I'm not here to take your soul or anything. You don't have to worry about that. If you're a part of our team, I'm not coming for souls.
Yeah,
no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So we've got massive overball, so we had to do the figgy. But yeah, so thank you once again for showing up. It obviously had to be done there. Thank you again, CJ, for this week, and Dylan, thank you for being our very first guest on the show. We will have to get you on again when it comes to it.
Sure.
Now, I might do this slightly differently this week. Normally I obviously end the show, but I think whilst we've got him here, the legends, would you like to end our show for us today, as you like to? Over to you.
You already know I was ready. I'm always prepared for these moments. It's just a man. What the EVP Xero and Dylan show is fucking.
Goodbye.